Dedicated eye surgeon Dr. V.K.Raju, leading global fight against childhood blindness, establishes eye camps, hospitals, and educational initiatives across 30 countries. Renowned for pioneering corneal transplant surgery, Dr. Raju's humanitarian efforts earned international accolades, including the Martin Luther King Jr. Achievement Award. I had an opportunity to talk to him at our ITV Gold studio. Take a look. Namaskar and welcome, and today we are very honored to have with us the world-renowned Dr. V.K.Raju, who is an eye surgeon, a humanitarian, and whatnot. He is a person who does multiple things at a time, I would say that. And let me welcome him to ITV Gold. Welcome, Namaskar. Tell me, how are you doing?
I always say when people ask me, how are you doing? I'm on the top of the world, one day at a time.
That's the way to go.
Yes.
That definitely is the way to go. But definitely, Dr. Raju, I want to know about you first, and then, of course, about the mission and everything else.
Yeah, I did my medical school in India, Andhra Pradesh. Then I went to London to do specialize in ophthalmology, eye diseases. After that, I came to West Virginia in 1978. I never looked back. And I'm glad I'm there, and we are in 30 countries with prevention of blindness. Our motto is World Without Childhood Blindness.
Wow.
Today's technology and today's resources, not even one child needs to be blind if we all do it together. Like this flower represents the end of polio from the planet. How it happened, the Rotary International, please youngsters learn a little bit on Rotary International, incredible organization, is in over 140-50 countries. It is there, it's all born in United States in Chicago in 1905. This Rotary International, we think about doing something above ourselves.
Right.
That's how, working with everybody else, politics, professionals, and peoples. I always say they brought together political will, professional will, and people's will. There is no more polio on the planet.
Wonderful.
In the similar way, or in those lines, our Eye Foundation of America, which was organized in West Virginia in early 80s, our work started in 79, but later we formed this foundation. We don't want a single child to be blind. In 30 years ago, 35 years ago, that is too ambitious. But today's technology, today's resources, it is possible. An adult gets blind, it's sad, but they have 4 or 5 years to go. A 70-year-old becomes blind, they have 4 or 5 years to go. A child was born blind, or in the first few years he becomes blind, they have a 75 years of blind years. Problem to himself, problem to the family, problem to the society. So we, Eye Foundation of America, we dream. It's no more a dream because it is coming real because of so many people.
So how can people help the foundation, like the Indian diaspora here?
Visit the website, contribute, volunteer, and spread a lot of people do not know that cataracts can happen in children. You can be born with cataracts. They think cataracts are always after 60s and 70s. But the childhood cataract, if you don't operate in the first few weeks or months, when the baby is below 1 year or 6 months, their brain cells get neglected.
Wow.
So it is so important to take care of children's eye problems, that important. And in the long term, some of the children we operated about 30, 40 years ago. One of the children, he came to United States, we did the corneal transplants in New Jersey. Srinu is the poster child of our foundation. He went on to finish doctorate in pharmacy.
Wow.
And is the biggest benefactor of this foundation. He helped thousands of children They do not lose the vision because of he never forgot what happened. He was such close to me, is Srinu Madula. He is the chief executive officer of a major pharmaceutical retail company.
Apart from being a doctor, I know you have written some books too. So let's talk about that.
Yeah. I keep saying what my mother used to say, simple little words, in India, mothers are told philosophy in simple words.
Right.
So I used to tell to my patients in West Virginia certain things. Some of the patients, especially ladies, Raju, some people used to call me Raji because we had a friendly conversation. They did not even say doctor. I enjoyed it very much. Still I practice and I enjoy some patients. They have been with me for last 38 years.
Wow.
They said, you must write a book. So I'm always interested in history, especially after coming to this country. The Library of Congress, in one of the floors, there are 4,000 volumes on Sanskrit books in the Library of Congress. Some of them preserved. One of them is called Panchatantra, 250 BC.
Right.
And a lot of youngsters, some of them, they may not know these things. So my daughter is also an ophthalmologist in New York. She is very fond of, from 5th grade she wanted to become an ophthalmologist. I never said no because if I have to do it all over again, I'll become a doctor and ophthalmology, if they admit me, I will become an ophthalmologist. So I used to present the ancient history, Charaka and Susruta, the greatest exponents of Hindu medicine. And they described, Susruta described cataract surgery 3,000 years ago, where there's nowhere in the world it was understood as a surgical condition.
Wow.
But today, living in United States, I think is very fortunate and have a home here, and I go back to India, I have a home, I leave home, go home, and leave home and come home. I have two homes in that way. With both these cultures, if you can adopt, how lucky we can be.
Talking about cultures, talking about like India, talking about US, tell me, is the medical care, especially when it comes to eyes, is it at par with US?
Some of the private institutions, incredible, as good as anywhere else in the world. All changed since 1991 when the government relaxed and they got the technology and all that. But still, India, 65% lives in rural. If we outreach them and provide this care, we are in par with any United States. But it's happening, wonderful things are happening. It is the unfinished business is still, a lot of it is still there.
Are there any messages you want to convey to our ITV Gold viewers?
Learn about what we are trying to do, and there are so many friends. Anything without others' help is impossible. There is a great book that was written, Real Collaboration. If we can really collaborate, especially India, can show the rest of the world because of our old, Max Muller wrote 200 years ago what India can teach us.
Right.
And Ayurveda said, eat right, exercise right, and don't take yourself too seriously. Whenever I go to India, when patients consult me, they always talk about tension. Why tension? Enjoy the day. That is, Ayurveda says, first thing in Ayurveda is lifestyle. We know what is the right lifestyle. I think we should be living that lifestyle. Then we don't need to go too much to the, tertiary care, hospitals and all. Hospitals and modern science did a wonderful thing.
Right.
But our lifestyle is contributing more and more. We have to go there. I think that's it. Eat right, exercise right, we know it. Don't take yourself too seriously. One of my patients asked me here, what do you mean by not taking too seriously? The answer is, start the day with good morning God rather than good God morning.
Basically, what you are saying is, why tension? Just pay attention.
Oh, wonderful. Very well said. Exactly. Exactly.
And I would want to thank you, wish you all the best, and hopefully, we'll get to talk to you soon.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm glad to be here.